Hey guys, and welcome back to a new knowledge of power. Both. We're gonna go with both. I'm just gonna leave them both in there because they're both accurate. Knowledge of power is power. They're both. It's both. Anyway, we're here for a book review. Okay, yeah. So today I want to talk about the book Get What You Want: The Art of Making and Manifesting Your Intentions by Tony Burroughs. This was one of the first books on my journey that I came across, and I've said this several times. When I first started doing this right here, it, of course, looked nothing like this right here. In the very beginning, all I knew was that I was in my early 20s, and I need to figure out what I want to do with my life. And all I knew that I wanted was to be successful. What does that even mean, right? So I had to figure it out. And I came across this book. It's called Get What You Want. And I was like, okay, well, what do I want? Do you know what I want? Let me pick this book up and read it and see. So the book's really cool and really different than most books. It's designed as like a prophecy thing, a divination tool of introspection or whatever. It's designed to just pick it up, open the page at random, and read a passage. The passage is going to tell you some kind of tidbit of spiritual enlightenment, something or another, and then you just kind of go with it. Do with it what you will. You can read it cover to cover. I did, but I also used it in the other way too, for like a little bit of motivation, inspiration thing. So you get up in the morning, or if you're feeling down and out or stagnant or something or whatever, you just open up the page, you open up the book to a random little section, and it has intentions and maybe a little story, and it just helps. For example, I just opened it up to see what it said, and let me read it to you. It says, "You are the one to come together and intend a new world." Oh my gosh. Can we just have a moment of silence for that? Since it's absolutely 100% the whole direction of the podcast, what an alignment. Anyway, each little passage has a quote at the top and then a story of about I'd call it a page long, but the book's short and small. Like, it's thick, but it's not long. Does that make sense? So it's like 4 pages long, but it's not. Like, if I put it on a PDF, it would probably be a page and a half long. So it's not much. And at the end of it has an intention. And I'm not going to read you the whole story for this one, but the intention says, "I intend that I am a being of the highest good." So the whole book is about 350 pages of random intentions like that. So it'd be like a quote, a little passage that explains something about it, and then an intention at the end of it. And this was my first introduction to intention setting and intentional living, and it explains it all, and it was just a super awesome intro book. To this day, it's one of my favorite books I've ever owned. It just really sits in a special place in my heart and completely kicked off my journey with all of this. So super recommend, highly recommend, definitely recommend this book for everyone. It's a magnificent tool. Teaches you about manifestation and the magic part of stuff, like the law of attraction, but it never actually says the words manifestation or law of attraction. It equates everything to setting intentions. And I remember this one part talking about how you can intend when you go to the grocery store. You can just be like, I intend that I'm going to find a close parking spot very easily. And then you get there and voila, there it is. And I covered this in 2 episodes ago, I think it was, when I was talking about delusional optimism. It's kind of the same thing as setting intentions. It's just you assume that you're going to get what you want, and then voila, like magic, there it is. Because that's exactly how it works. But sometimes you have to be a little delusional to believe it, because, the only people that have ever changed the world are the ones crazy enough to believe that they could, that kind of thing. Whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're correct, because you are whatever you believe. Anyway, I'm going to stop going on about how awesome this book is. You need to get it. Tell me if you've read it. Tell me what you thought. Let's discuss it in the Facebook group. Can we do that? I'm fixing to, or in the Patreon, if you're in the Patreon, we can discuss it in there too, because things come out a lot sooner in the Patreon than they do anywhere else. So, I don't know, just, we have comment sections and chat areas, and come hang out with us and let's discuss this book, because I get really interested in this book. I love this book. And I love you. I love you. I love us all. I love what we're doing here. All right. Love you. Bye. Go read.